Maybe you've been trying to manifest a new job, a better relationship, or greater financial abundance. But instead of seeing immediate progress, you've encountered unexpected challenges. This is not a mistake. It's a test. Many spiritual and psychological traditions describe the journey of transformation as a process that doesn't happen in a linear way. Before reality changes to reflect our desires, we go through a series of trials that test our patience, faith, and commitment. On the path of manifestation, resistance appears in the form of obstacles that make us question whether we are truly ready for the life we say we want. But why would the universe test us before granting what we desire? If we are trying to change for the better, why does it seem like things get worse before they improve? The answer lies in how reality organizes itself. Imagine a glass of dirty water. You cannot fill it with clean water without first removing the dirt. During the purification process, the water becomes cloudy before it turns clear. The same thing happens with our energy. When we commit to change, everything that is not aligned with this new vibration begins to surface. Old patterns, limiting beliefs, relationships that no longer serve us. It may seem like chaos, but in reality, it's a reorganization. And this is the point where many give up. They interpret challenges as a sign that they are failing, when in fact, it is confirmation that transformation is taking place. But if you understand this process, you can use it to your advantage. When we desire something, we tend to imagine manifestation as a simple process. We want, we ask, and we receive. But reality doesn't work that way. If it were that easy, there would be no growth. The universe is not a genie, granting wishes automatically. It operates like a mirror, reflecting our energy, beliefs, and, most importantly, our level of readiness for what we want. Have you ever noticed that right after setting a clear intention, your life seems to enter a chaotic phase? Imagine someone who desires financial abundance but suddenly loses their job or faces unexpected difficulties. Or someone who wants a healthy relationship and suddenly has to confront old emotional traumas. This doesn't happen by chance. These challenges arise because the universe is asking, are you truly ready to hold this new reality? The truth is, many people want change, but few are willing to become the person capable of sustaining it. Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The universe tests us because we often still carry the identity of our old selves. If a millionaire lost all their money today, they would likely regain their wealth quickly because their mindset is already shaped for that level of abundance. But if someone without that mindset suddenly received millions, they would likely lose it all just as fast. What truly manifests a new reality is not just desire, it's the level of identity we sustain. That's why, before transformation, the universe presents us with situations that force a choice. Return to old patterns or act as the elevated version of ourselves. You see challenges as a sign that manifestation isn't working when, in reality, those challenges are the strongest indication that change is on its way. There is a crucial moment in the manifestation process that many people fail to recognize, a point where reality seems to turn against you. Everything you desire appears even further away, and sometimes problems intensify. The universe has a peculiar way of questioning whether you are truly ready for a new reality. It presents you with the opposite of what you want. If you seek prosperity, you might face unexpected financial struggles. If you desire a loving relationship, you may encounter emotional challenges that seem to push that possibility away. If you want more confidence, you might find yourself in situations that test your deepest fears. This test happens because your identity has not yet fully adjusted to the new vibration. And the only way to solidify this change is to resist the illusion that nothing is working. Think about the Chinese bamboo. During its first 5 years, it grows underground, invisible to the eye. Only after this period does it break through the surface and grow rapidly. But without that time of underground strengthening, it wouldn't have the structure to stand tall. The same thing happens with manifestation. Your new reality is taking shape, but before it becomes visible, you must prove that you are willing to sustain it. When these tests appear, many people believe everything is going wrong. They interpret the turbulence as a sign that manifestation has failed when, in reality, they are at the exact moment where they need to stay strong. The universe doesn't give us exactly what we want. It gives us what we are. This is a principle that many people overlook when trying to manifest changes in their lives. They ask for prosperity but hold on to beliefs of scarcity. They desire a loving relationship but still carry wounds that make them reject intimacy. They seek peace but remain trapped in patterns of self-sabotage and anxiety. The universe cannot deliver a reality we are not capable of sustaining internally. This means that if something keeps repeating in your life, if certain patterns persist, it is a reflection of what is within you. It's not bad luck or punishment. It's an invitation to look deeper at what still needs to be transformed. Think of someone who wants professional success but fears the judgment of others. This person may receive incredible opportunities, but due to insecurity, they might reject or waste them. If that fear isn't confronted, success can never be sustained. This explains why many manifestations don't happen the way we expect. They require an internal alignment process before becoming reality. The universe tests us to ensure that we don't just wish for change, we are prepared to live it. If we ask for something that doesn't match our current vibration, we will face challenges that push us to grow until that vibration becomes a part of us. True manifestation is not just an act of asking. It is an act of becoming. Every real transformation awakens resistance. This resistance doesn't come from the universe, it comes from within us. Our mind is programmed to seek safety. Even if a new reality is better, it is still unknown. And the unknown triggers our instinct for self-preservation. That's why, when we are about to manifest something new, we feel fear, doubt, or even an inexplicable urge to give up. The old version of ourselves fights to stay in control. In other words, before we expand our consciousness to a new level, we must confront the parts of us that resist change. Imagine being in a dark room for years. It may not be comfortable, but you know every corner of it. Now, imagine someone opens the door and offers a way out. Your initial instinct might be hesitation because what's outside is unfamiliar. The mind works the same way. It will try to convince you that it's safer to stick to old patterns. Thoughts may arise, such as, "This is too good to be true. What if I fail?" Or, "What if I can't sustain this new reality?" These thoughts are not a sign that you're not ready. They are proof that change is already happening. Resistance doesn't appear when we're standing still. It appears when we're on the right path. Those who understand this don't let fear paralyze them. Instead, they recognize that resistance is a sign of growth and keep moving forward. You've done the inner work, changed patterns, and shown commitment, yet your external reality remains unchanged. This emptiness can create impatience and doubt, leading many to abandon their intentions right at the threshold of transformation. After facing challenges and overcoming resistance, most people expect manifestation to happen immediately. However, one of the universe's most subtle tests is silence. This is the moment when nothing seems to be happening. This silence represents the transition between the old and the new reality. Just as a seed needs time to sprout beneath the soil before becoming visible, your manifestation also requires this incubation period. But this test is challenging because it demands a deep level of trust. Many people sabotage their manifestations at this stage because they start questioning their choices. They return to old patterns, try to force results, or give up entirely. The emptiness doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means everything is being reorganized behind the scenes. True transformation occurs when you learn to hold the energy of what you desire before seeing physical evidence of it. If you can move through this test without giving in to doubt, your reality will begin to align naturally. Can you trust the process even when there are no visible signs of progress? Understanding that challenges are part of the manifestation journey is essential, but how can you move through them without giving up? The answer lies in how you react to these tests. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you can use them as tools to strengthen your new identity. When a challenge arises, most people instinctively resist. They wonder why they are facing difficulties and interpret them as a sign that something is wrong. But if, instead of fighting against these challenges, you accept them as part of the process, you'll realize that each one brings an essential lesson for your growth. Being grateful for these moments doesn't mean resignation. It means recognizing them as hidden opportunities. When faced with any test, ask yourself a powerful question. How would my ideal self respond to this? If you want to manifest abundance, how would a prosperous person handle a financial setback? If you seek a healthy relationship, how would an emotionally balanced person deal with conflict? The answer to these questions shows you the way forward. If you keep reacting as your old self, you'll keep getting the same results. But if you start acting in alignment with your new identity, you will begin to hold the energy of the reality you want to manifest. Many people focus so much on the big change that they ignore small signs of progress. Each more positive thought, each choice that reflects your new identity, each moment of overcoming doubt, all of these are signs that transformation is happening. Recognizing these small victories strengthens your confidence in the process and prevents you from falling into the trap of doubt. Manifestation doesn't happen all at once. It unfolds with every step you take in the right direction. Many people believe that manifestation is an external process, something that happens outside of them, as if the universe were a separate entity deciding whether to grant or deny their desires. But the truth is, the universe is not judging what you do or do not deserve. It simply responds to your energy. This means that transformation doesn't happen just because you intensely desire something. It happens because your vibration becomes aligned with that reality. Real change requires you to face and transform your internal blocks. If you ignore your insecurities and try to force a new reality without working through the emotions that sabotage you, you will remain stuck in the same cycles. The universe doesn't respond to perfection, but to progress. You don't need to be flawless to manifest what you want, but you do need to show commitment to your growth. Every time you choose to act as the elevated version of yourself, regardless of external circumstances, you are proving that you are ready. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to wait for manifestation to happen before they feel different. But the secret is the opposite. First you become, then reality follows.